What's up, guys? Welcome back to DevWebby, and today we are going to learn about sessions in PHP 7. So, a session provides a way to make variables accessible across multiple web pages. Unlike the cookies, the session data is stored on the server. If you don't know what cookies are, watch my cookies tutorial that I made. So let's define what the session means. Session provides a way to make variables accessible across multiple web pages. Unlike cookies, session data is stored on the server. So to start a session, or right now we are gonna learn how to start a session. So to begin a session, the session start function will be used. This session start function, it must appear before any output is sent to the web page. So remember this before writing echo and a lot of activity that you need to write your script. First, when you first gonna write a script, first don't forget to write session start first on the top of first is your PHP tags, and then second will be your session start, and then over here you can write echo or your if thing, is it, and all that. So this will be the first. The session start function sets a cookie on the client's computer containing an ID used to associate the client with the session. So if the client already has an ongoing session going on, that means this function will resume that type of session instead of starting a new one. So let's write it down. This session start function sets a cookie on the client's computer containing an ID used to associate, right, the client, and I said the client, with the session. And then I said if the client already has an ongoing type of session, the function will resume that type of session instead of creating a new one or starting a new one. Next, I hope you guys understand how this session start works, right? Next, we are going to learn about session array. That before this tutorial, I have created a cookies tutorial. I was talking about cookies array. Now this is another one. This is a sessions tutorial. So I'll be talking about session array. Session array. With the session start, with this, there is this variable session array. This is used to store store session data as well as to retrieve it. So as an example, I'll show you guys like a small typical code how the page view count will be stored and how it will be increment those page views. Like basically we're gonna make a small count, like how many times the page is being viewed. So we got a if is set. We are using a session and we want to get the views, right? So we are naming it as views. And then we're using the session. We want our name and we want to increment by 1 plus equals 1. So we want to, when the user when the page gets views, the session element will be initialized to 1. So next we are using else session, our name, which is views, equals 1, right? Okay, so basically this is a small snippet code of by trying to say to the user how many page view count is stored. Like basically if the user goes into a browser over here, it will print out saying, oh, this much views each, like every time the user enters the web, like this page, it will say view 1, view 2, and all that. I'll show you guys because this will be do nothing because see, Control S and Command S to save. Let's reload. It will do nothing because we got no echo, no nothing. So this element can now be retrieved from any type of pages on the domain as long as the session start is called on top of that page, which is this. So let's print it out. Let's say echo. We want we say the views. Let's say the views are to our scope dots operator, and we want to say session again, and we want our views. Let's Control S, Command S to save. Let's go back to our browser. Let's reload. These are 3 because I went on 3s. See? Reload 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See? Just adding 1 and 1 anytime if this user reloads the page or enters this web page again and again. I hope you guys understand this session array. Next, we want to delete a session. A session is guaranteed to last until the user leaves the website. Then, when the user leaves this website, there is this collector called the garbage collector. Garbage collector is free to delete that typical session that was created by the user. To manually remove a session variable, you gotta use a function called the unset function. The unset function can be used into this to delete it. And if you want to remove all the session variables, then there is a function called the session underscore destroy. I'll show you guys too. Basically, if you want to manually remove just one session variable, so you do unset session, and we call views, right? And views. That's all. This will destroy or delete a session variable. Next, if you want to if you want to remove all the session variables, then you use this. You say session destroy. This will destroy or deletes the whole session. That's all, guys. I hope you guys understand this tutorial on sessions. If you guys have any questions, just leave a comment below and I will answer it as soon as possible. Thank you for watching, and I will see you guys on to the next videos.